Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Ravens hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Caught on the right side by Dorsett. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And
they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. On the move to his left. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
Allen now on first down. Rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Allen going to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 91 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw. And in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. Honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. The ball comes out, and the Ravens have got it. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Jackson. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. A slant route caught by Bateman. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Jackson on first down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. And Jackson throwing once more. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing again on second down. Allen. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack on first down, Allen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On third and long, it's Allen. Steps away. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 60 yards. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 122 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed. No space to fit in the football.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And no chance to get away, as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And a very determined run there, as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. first down, they stick with Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Singletary again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Singletary will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll go again with Dobbins to the 43, second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
8 yards to go on second down. An option handoff here to Dobbins. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now left side on the swing pass. And some room to work. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Ravens are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
To throw again on second down. Allen. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. Now Dobbins again on second down. Shoves him aside. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. Dobbins running out of the gun. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Ravens, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money. say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the